Why did you choose the Yankees?
Because it was my dream. I had a second opportunity to chase it, and it's the best organization, in my opinion, in the league. There's a process here that Brian spoke to and that he just alluded to a couple minutes ago about trying to bring the best people at each individual position to surround everybody with the best opportunity to succeed. I think they've demonstrated that, certainly through Brian's tenure over the last 2 decades. So it instills a lot of confidence as a player when you hear those things, and it doesn't hurt to play for your favorite team.
We could take 2 in the middle. Be patient for the mic. Julio, you can pass it over, John.
Welcome to the Bronx. Bienvenido. When did you become a Yankee fan and why? Julio Pavo on Latino Sports.
My father went to middle school and a little bit of high school here in New York, and he fell in love with the Yankees. Some of his favorite players are Willie Randolph and Mickey Rivers. And I mean, I was always a baseball fan. I love the game. I played it from a young age, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's hard not to fall in love with the Yankees from like '94 to 2002. He obviously was partial to the Yankees, and every young kid wants to be like their dad, right? So I wanted to be a Yankee fan. I grew up going to a lot of Angel games because it was the one baseball outlet that was closest to us. So I was fortunate to be able to watch a lot of Major League Baseball as a kid. But the Yankees are on at 4 o'clock every day, so I'd rush home from school, pop the TV on outside, maybe invite a couple of my buddies over, and Tyler and Charlie, and we'd sit on the patio and watch the Yankees games. We had a wonderful opportunity to go to the 2001 World Series where I had that sign, and I think that was probably the only time the entire nation was rooting for the Yankees after the unfortunate events earlier that year. So, it's just what a franchise of tradition and success and championships, and it kind of embodies the true American dream.
Stay in the middle on the left side. Ed, pass it over, please, John. Pass the mic over.
Gerrit, Ed Randall with the WFAN and Sirius XM. Welcome to New York. A couple of questions. How difficult was it to turn down the Yankees at the time in which you were drafted and make the momentous choice to go to UCLA? And second question, was it emotional to shave?
To address the first question, it was extremely tough. My dad and I were really thorough, and we took a lot of months to think about the decision. We wrote a lot of stuff down. He's probably got it somewhere at the house. But ultimately, we just felt that honoring the commitment that we made to UCLA, honoring the commitment that we made to education, it was just such a focus. My dad has a PhD. It was just kind of ingrained in us. My sister and I, as young kids, to kind of pursue that, and I felt that kind of building that foundation in that environment was going to be really beneficial for me, and ultimately it was. And I've experienced razor burn now for the first time in the last 10 years.
We can take 1 or 2 more. Bruce in the front. Yeah, you can pass it that way. Great.
Gerrit, welcome. Bruce Beck, WNBC TV. The pressure of pitching in New York, it's a little different than pitching in other places. Do you embrace that pressure? Do you welcome chasing a world championship with this ball club?
Well, I mean, pressure is a privilege. Pressure comes in situations that you've earned, right? You pitch in big games in September and October because you've played well all year. So with that in mind, you have to have a process that that you need to stick to to perform in those games because, I mean, we can say it's just another game, but we know when it gets to October that it's really not. I came 8 outs away from getting a ring. I felt like I could see the light underneath the door, and then it was slammed shut in our face, or it was probably never really opened, actually. I'm as hungry as ever to finish that journey, finish that challenge, and in my opinion, there would be no better place to do it than New York.
Right behind you, Bruce, right behind you.
Hi, Gerrit. Welcome to New York. Justin Walters with Pix 11. Could you explain more about this 30-pound contraption and what was your reaction to when opening it? Does it play music? And how much have you used it since receiving it?
Well, it is a large gold home plate, probably about 12 inches high and the size of home plate. And when you open it, it's embroidered in pinstripes. There's an iPad that kind of opens up to the top with everything you need to know about the Yankees organization, background on the Steinbrenners, background on the front office and the development program, the spring training stuff, where to live in Manhattan, where to live outside of the city, personal messages from some of the players, Brian, Aaron. If I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sorry. It was really quite nice. I was impressed. I was also impressed with the wine that Lou Kakuza. I got to throw one out to Lou. He hears me running my mouth in the clubhouse on the visiting side, and he knew exactly what bottle to have Ben get, and it was a nice choice. But the contraption was really sweet. I guess I'm a millennial, right? So we're all suckers for tablets, so I could pull the tablet out and play along with it. But it was really informational for us. And then once we came to terms, there was a Yankees hat in there, which I don't think I took off for like 3 days. So it was really nice. It was an efficient way to get a lot of information across. And it was the only sort of gesture that was given to us. So that was special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We can take one more if there is one. You can pass right behind you again. Or across. There we go. Sorry.
Welcome to New York, Gerrit. My name's Jennifer Williams. I'm with Fox 5 New York for Game 3 of the ALCS. What was going through your mind when you took the mound, knowing that you were going to be a free agent and this was a possibility that you could end up in New York?
Those were not going through my mind at all. You're playing the Yankees in the Bronx, and you're on the wrong side of the line there, so you're worried about getting out of there with your tail not between your legs. I mean, it was just an exciting opportunity. We had played really well against the Rays and pushed it to Game 5, which we ultimately won. And then coming back here, we had a tough task, and we knew we had to play composed. We knew we had to play well. The Yankees lineup is as talented as it comes. The quality of baseball that they played. So we knew we had a formidable enemy, and we needed to be on our game. I thought our players were focused. I thought Martin was as prepared as he could have been. Our pitching staff, our rotation was talking about the lineup that we were going to have to navigate through for most likely 7 games. At that point, we had a pretty good idea of what our game plan was going to be. So we just wanted to stay focused and put our blinders on and go to work. And ultimately, we did that. Thank you.
Okay, folks.